everyone. I haven't uploaded in a long time, but I have returned with a theory that I believe will answer some questions. In the last 5 chapters, we got a lot of information about Vegapunk, Sun God Nika, Luffy's Devil Fruit, O'Hara, and the Void Century. There is no evolution or revolution without knowledge, so I am sure Vegapunk will play a huge role in the fight against the world government. Let's begin. Dr. Vegapunk is the leading scientist of the SSG and in the employment of the Marines. His work includes discovering the secrets and uses of the Sea Stone, the secrets of how Devil Fruit powers work, the co-discovery of the lineage factor and its applications, the creation of the pacifista and seraphim, and various other scientific achievements that are said to be at least 500 years ahead of current technology. Their fear was proven correct, as Vegapunk had studied all the books the scholars of O'Hara had saved during the O'Hara incident and learned about the ancient kingdom. Understanding what the higher-ups would do were they to discover this, Vegapunk chose to keep it a secret, never revealing to them that O'Hara had success in protecting their prized books. Vegapunk does not seem to view the world government in a positive light, admitting to the Straw Hats he completely used all of the funding given for his inventions and only joining them to further his own research endeavors. Also, Vegapunk ate the Nomi Nomi no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows his brain to store an indefinite amount of information and to recall everything he has learned. These facts alone are enough to make him dangerous for the world government, so they sent CP0 and now Aokiji as well to capture him. Luckily, Vegapunk is under Luffy's protection, so most likely he will escape with the crew safely. I think there is no doubt that Vegapunk will be in the final war and he will fight against the world government. But what will his role be? How exactly will he help? I think I have the answers to those questions. There are 3 possibilities, and I believe he will use all 3 of them because they have been perfectly foreshadowed. Step 1. Vegapunk managed to split his being into 6 different people referred to as satellites, which share Vegapunk's brain via punk records. The method Vegapunk used in order to split his being into 6 different entities is still unknown, but when he was explaining it to Luffy, he mentioned this. Consider it like using the same library. For example, if every person in the world can access my brain, it's as if all of mankind has acquired my knowledge. It is possible to create a sea of knowledge far beyond my brain. This brain will someday be shared with all mankind. Then Jinbei asked if there will be any inconvenience if he gets into someone's thoughts, and Vegapunk answered that science cannot move forward if one worries about that. I don't think that was just a parallel example to satellites. I believe that we will see Vegapunk putting knowledge into people's brains. Why and when? We all know that Vegapunk won't defeat the government with his fists. His greatest power is his brain and knowledge. The world government has the power because they have control over the people, the citizens. If people go against the government will lose the power, but it's nearly impossible to influence all the people to hate or go against the thing that they think is good for them and protects their families, unless the brutal truth will be revealed to them. Of course, no one or only a select few will trust the words of a pirate or criminal like Vegapunk. The only way to influence them is to put some knowledge in people's brains, and I believe that's where Vegapunk will use his trick and show people the books and the truth about the world government in their memories. After this, the world government will lose their control over people, but they still must be defeated. Im-sama, Gorosei, and other members are most likely very strong. Of course, Luffy, Dragon, and other strong characters will play the main part, but I believe Vegapunk will play a big role as well. Step 2. Remember the Iron Giant? The Iron Giant is a legendary robot that attacked Mary Joey's 200 years ago. It was originally created 900 years ago around the time of the Void Century. It was able to climb the Red Line and was considered to be far beyond the scientific knowledge of the time. It is currently inactive due to running out of energy and is kept on Egghead. Vegapunk was unable to replicate the mysterious ancient energy. Luffy determined that it is supposed to move autonomously as he could not find a place for people to pilot it from the inside. Why would Oda introduce it out of nowhere for no reason? Naturally, we will see the Iron Giant in the future, and Vegapunk will find the energy it needs, and I think I know what that secret energy is. Vegapunk is the genius that can even replicate devil fruits, but he could not find the energy for this robot. Also, Vegapunk's dream is to make a world where free energy is available to all. I believe there are 2 possibilities. Either Luffy's energetic sun god Nika form, or Im-sama has some endless energy source. I prefer the first option because the Iron Giant will be used during the fight fight and not after it, so Vegapunk has to find the ancient energy somehow before the final war. I believe Nika will have that ancient energy. Vegapunk does not know much about the Nika Devil Fruit because he asked Nami to tell him about Luffy's transformation. He only knew that the Warrior of Liberation existed somewhere a long time ago. Also, the Iron Giant somehow got that ancient energy, and there is a huge possibility that both the Iron Giant and Nika existed at the same time, and the robot got energy from Nika. Most likely this will happen again in the current storyline. Also, if Luffy has some kind of special energy, Vegapunk may achieve his dream to make a world where free energy is available to all. Step 3. Probably the most obvious one, pacifistas. The pacifista are human weapons developed by Dr. Vegapunk. They are clones of the former warlord Bartholomew Kuma, who was the cyborg prototype for the project. As stated by Sentamaru, the funds required for the construction of just one pacifista are roughly equal to that of a marine-issued battleship. The pacifista's main mode of combat is firing laser beams from their mouth and hands. I won't talk much about this because I am sure you all heard about this theory. It was Vegapunk and Dragon's secret plan to create a pacifista army, give them to the world government, and then turn the army against them at the final moment. I will add one detail. In chapter 1069, we saw the pacifistas' rank of authority. Number 1, the 5 elders. Number 2, Vegapunk. Number 3, Sentamaru. Number 4, holder of the authority chip. This information is known to CP0, but is it true? Was it fake foreshadowing all along, or is there a higher authority than the 5 elders? Dragon maybe? I'm sure we'll see it soon. It is really interesting that the revolutionary army is really feared by the government, but for now, they don't seem very strong. Yes, they have strong members like Sabo, Ivankov, Karasu, and Kuma, but I don't think they're enough, so the pacifista army will be the perfect addition to the revolutionaries. But of course, if it does happen, it will not be a big problem for people like Akainu, Kizaru, and strong characters like them. But they are really strong for mid-class pirates and marines. These 3 steps will seriously damage the world government. They will lose the power over civilians, over pacifistas, and they will have to fight a legendary robot, the Iron Giant. Don't underestimate Vegapunk's power and what he's capable of. He is the greatest mind of the whole world, and no one is even close to his level. However, he can't do all of this alone, but with Luffy, Dragon, and others to help out, Vegapunk will be able to use all his cards. It will help out a lot, but it will not be enough, as Luffy has to play the main role in this fight. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye-bye!